Hare Krishna, everyone. We welcome everyone to this special program for honoring the disappearance of His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Today's agenda is as follows. So we'll begin with an address by His Grace Vaishnav Prabhu on behalf of ISKCON Niagara Falls. Then we'll be honoring Srila Prabhupada on his Tirobhav or disappearance, and the narration will be by His Grace Sachidananda Das Prabhuji. Then we'll be singing the J. Anilo Premodhana, followed by Puspanjali, and then we'll have the recitations of the Gopi GEET and DAMODAR-ASHTAKAM. So all the recitations will be displayed on the Zoom screen. Please follow along. Now I'd like to invite His Grace Vaishnav Prabhu to kindly say a few words.
Hare Krishna all. Thank you, Ashim Prabhu. Welcome today, which is the Disappearance Day of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, popularly known as ISKCON or the Hare Krishna movement. Today is a wonderful day because it marks the return of His Divine Grace back to the spiritual world, Golokul Vrindavan. My first association with His Divine Grace was way back in the 70s. Now, this was not a personal physical association, but rather to the medium of one of his many books. And a devotee of the Hare Krishna movement was selling these books in the little town then known as Durban in South Africa. So I purchased this book called Easy Journey to Other Planets. It was simply transformational from the way I was used to living compared to what was prescribed in the book. It was a huge difference and opened the doors to the spiritual world. When we touch a book of Srila Prabhupada and open the front cover to the book, it's like opening the doors to the spiritual kingdom. Now, against the backdrop of material inebriety and godlessness, Srila Prabhupada's books are like spaceships that transport you to the spiritual realm. Today, in the much news today, we find that in the Caribbean, there are devastating hurricanes. And when the victims were asked, what do you think is the cause of all these hurricanes? The people in Nicaragua were saying, it is global warming or climate change. Now, most people attribute this climate change to the auto industry. But really speaking, the real cause of all this horrific weather systems is due to the burgeoning meat industry. The meat industry and its affiliates are the major cause of global warming and climate change. Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya, one of the 4 principles of ISKCON he advocated was no meat eating. And today, to the magic of his books, hundreds and thousands of people have switched their diets from meat eating to a plant-based or vegetarian diet that may include milk, etc. Some are vegan as well. But this is a growing trend throughout the world. And more popular day by day is the vegetarian diet. Also, the world is plagued today with alcoholism, drug abuse, intoxications. Prabhupada also advocated, as one of the pillars of ISKCON, there should be no intoxication, no drug abuse, and no alcohol consumption. And yet, the rehabilitation business centered around these abuses is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Yet Srila Prabhupada was able to help hundreds and thousands of people simply through his books and his teachings, how to switch to a more cleaner lifestyle. And this has helped thousands and thousands of people to change their life. Now, today we are very grateful that even though Srila Prabhupada is not with us, we feel his presence through the magic of ISKCON and all the books that he's written. And a very big thank you to all his disciples and grand disciples who continue to expand the mission of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. ISKCON Niagara is a very small initiative in this pathway to into the spiritual world. So, without much fuss, we'll now hand this speaking back to Ashwin. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaishnav Prabhu. Your words are always very valuable, and thank you so much for your profound words. And it has always been an inspiration to look at you and follow your words. So now I'd like to talk just say a few words about His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. So His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada was born in 1896 in Calcutta, India, into a family of Krishna devotees. At age 22, he met his spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who encouraged him to spread the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in English. At the age of 69, Srila Prabhupada left India for the USA with a trunk full of his own Srimad Bhagavatam commentaries. In the next 12 years, he started a worldwide movement, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and had translated over 80 books on Krishna consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada, residing in the holy Dham of Sri Vrindavan, on Monday, November 14th, 1977, at 7:30 p.m., which fell upon the Chaturthi of the Gaura Paksha, Mula Nakshatra, gave up this mortal frame, surrounded by his loving disciples, engaged in Harinam Sankirtan. So as I was doing a Google search about some of his prophetic words about Srila Prabhupada, it said one of the quotations that I really liked was Srila Prabhupada said that on the absolute platform, there is no difference between the appearance and the disappearance of the spiritual master. Both are beautiful, just like the sunrise and the sunset. So although we feel separation, within that separation, our remembrance of Srila Prabhupada is heightened, and thus we experience the beauty of his presence in separation. So now I'd like to invite His Grace Sachidananda Das Prabhuji to commence today's special session in remembrance of Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Dideshatarine Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Samsara dava nalalidha loka Tranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam Praptasya kalyana gunarnavasya Vande Guru Shri Charana Ravindam Mahaprabhu ki Tana Nitya Gita Vaditra Madhyan Manaso Rasena Romanchakam Pashrutaranga Bhajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Shri Vigrara Nanitya Nana Shringar Tanman Diramarjanado Yuktascha Bhaktam च नियुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम् चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत्प्रसादो स्वादन्न तृप्तां हरिभक्तसङ्गां कृतैव तृप्तिं भजत सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम् श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपार माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्नाम् प्रतीक्षणास्वादनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् निकुञ्जयुनो रतिकेलिसेद्यै यायालिभिर्युक्ति अपेक्षणीया तत्र अतिदाक्षा अतिवल्लभास्या वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम् साक्षाद्धरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे उक्तास्तथा भाव्यत एव सद्भिः किन्तु प्रभोया प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम् यस्या प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य अप्रसादान् न गति कुतोऽपि दयांस्तुवांस्तस्य यस्य स्त्रीसन्ध्यां वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम् जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद। दयालु वैष्णव ठाकुर श्रीला प्रभुपाद। ओहे वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर ए दासे करुणा करी दिया पद छाया शोधो यामाय तुम्हार चरण धरी क्षय वेगदमी क्षय दोष शोधी क्षय गुण देहो दासे क्षय सत्संग देहो हे आमारे बोसेची संगेर याशे एकांखी आमार नाही पाए बल हरि नाम संकीर्तने तुम्ही कृपा करी श्रद्धा बिंदु दिया देहो कृष्ण नाम धने कृष्ण से तुम्हार कृष्ण दीते पार तुम्हार शक्ति आचे आमी तो कांगाल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोली ढाई तवा पाचे पाचे। दयाल वैष्णव ठाकुर श्रीला प्रभुपाद। दयाल वैष्णव ठाकुर श्रीला प्रभुपाद। ओम अज्ञान तिमिरांधस्य ज्ञानांजन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. We are gathered here today to honor the divine disappearance of Srila Prabhupada. As mentioned earlier, by Ashim Prabhu and Vaishnav Prabhu some wonderful things, striking things about Srila Prabhupada. And on one of the disappearance days of his Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, Prabhupada quoted this little Sanskrit sentence. In reference to how do you feel on the disappearance day of your spiritual master. So Prabhupada explains this point through this Sanskrit sentence, Rajaputra Chiranjiva, Muniputra Majiva, Badika Majiva Mamara, Sadhu Jivova Marova. This is an amazing realization. Srila Prabhupada mentions this in the form of a story where there is a very nice sadhu who visits a certain kingdom, and he was very well known for his austerities, for his tapasya, and for his devotion. So everybody was seeking his blessings. So when he went to the palace, he was well received. And when the son of the king approached him and fell at his lotus feet, the sage said, Rajaputra, meaning the prince, Chiranjiva, you live forever. That is the blessing that he gave the prince. Then, as he was going along the way into the village and the town, he came across an ashram, and there were some brahmacharis living there. And when he stopped by there, the brahmacharis offered their obeisances to the sage, and the sage said, he blessed them saying, Muniputra Ma Jiva. So the first one, when he said, Rajaputra Chiram Jiva, he blessed the prince saying that you live forever. And the reason Prabhupada mentions this because if that prince were to die, he would definitely go to the hellish planets because of his intense sense gratification. So it is better that you live forever. That was the bhav or the bhavna or the sentiment through the blessings that the sadhu had expressed. For the brahmachari, the sadhu blessed him with Muniputra Majiva. You don't live. That is the kind of blessing he gave to the Muniputra or the brahmachari or to the son of a poor Brahmin. And the reason why he did that is because very impoverished, generally brahmacharis and the sons of Brahmins in those days, they were impoverished and they hardly had basically the basic things for necessity. And a lot of austerities were performed by them. So it is better that you leave your body and you will definitely be promoted to the Vaikuntha planets. That was the blessing. Then he came across, while he was walking through the town, a butcher. And seeing the sadhu, even the butcher came out of his shop and offered his obeisances to the sadhu. And the sadhu gave him a blessing. What was the blessing? Ma jiva, ma mara. Ma means don't. Jiva means live. And ma means don't. And mara means die. You don't live or you don't die. And the reason that is explained is the life of a butcher. If he dies, he is going to hell. So therefore you don't die. And even during his living, his condition is that of a hellish condition. Constantly amongst blood, bones, killing, violence. So his life is, you don't live or you don't live. You don't live or you don't die. Ma jiva, Mamara. And then he came across some Vaishnavas and the devotees. And when the devotees offered their obeisances to the sadhu blessed him and said that Jivova Marova. Whether you live or you die, it doesn't matter. You're always situated in the spiritual world. That is your position. And wherever you are, that place becomes Vaikuntha. So it doesn't matter whether you live or you die. In the Puranas, it is said that as far as the Vaishnava is concerned, Swargeshu, Narkeshu, Apavargeshu, Samatulya Darshana. Whether the person who is a Vaishnava or a pure Vaishnava, whether this Vaishnava whether goes to the heavenly planets or to the upper vargas, meaning the higher planetary systems, Vaikuntha, or even if he goes to the hellish planets, it does not matter. Swargeshu, Apavargeshu, Narkeshu, Samatulya Darshana. They look upon those places as equally, and wherever they go, they preach the glories of the Supreme Lord. Every day we are singing the Gopi GEET, and especially if those who have read the translations of the Gopi GEET, verse number 9. Tava kathamrutam tapta jivanam kavidiriditam kalmashapaham Shravana Mangalam Shrimatatam Bhuvi Grunanti Je Bhurida Janaha. This verse is so significant that if we go back to the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was the wish of King Prataprudra to have darshan of Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu, being a very strict sannyasi, and to set an example, he said that no, I do not meet kings or any worldly people, or I do not meet materialistic people. After many, many tries, Mahaprabhu refused. Sarvabhattacharya, Gopinath Acharya, and many other leading associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested and said, Mahaprabhu, Raja Prataprudra is a very good devotee, but you must give him audience, you must give him your darshan. And Mahaprabhu refused. Of course, Mahaprabhu knew, because he is Sri Krishna in the bhava of Radharani. Mahaprabhu knew, but to set an example and also to increase the intensity of King Prataprudra, he refused to give him darshan or an audience. So the leading associates, when King Prataprudra said that if Mahaprabhu doesn't want to see me, then my life is useless and I will end my life. And when the associates of Mahaprabhu heard that, they became extremely worried, and they said, there is one way to have the darshan of Mahaprabhu. Anything you say. So King Prataprudra was told that during Rath Yatra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be dancing ecstatically in front of the three carts, in front of Lord Jagannath's cart especially. And then midway through the Rath Yatra, there will be a garden, a tota. And in that garden, Mahaprabhu will rest. He will take some rest during that break. And at that time, you can approach him. But beware, do not come in your royal robes as a king. Come as an ordinary person, like a villager. He says, no problem, I'm willing to do that. And sing the 9th verse of the Gopi Geet. So when, as instructed, during that break in the garden, Mahaprabhu was resting and everybody left him alone. All his associates kept some distance. And at that time, King Prataprudra approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu slowly, and he started massaging his lotus feet and started singing this song, the 9th verse especially of the Gopi Geet, Tava Kathamritam, Tapta Jivanam, Kavi Biriditam, Kalmashapaham, Shravana Mangalam, Srimadatam, Bhuvi Grinanti Je Bhuri Dajara. This verse itself can take days just to go and explain that more deeply. But considering today's occasion, here the glories of personalities like Srila Prabhupada has been sung by the gopis. And who are the gopis? These gopis are the intimate associates of Srimati Radharani. The Swakiya Paksha gopis, the gopis that are very close to Srimati Radharani in her own camp. The Parkiya Paksha gopis, the opposite camp gopis. The Tathastha Paksha gopis, the neutral gopis, where they are equipoised to both the camps. And Surud gopis, another camp of gopis where they are conducive to Radharani, conducive to the camp of Radharani and all the gopis and the Manjaris. Manjaris are also younger gopis. And all of our Gaudiya Acharyas are none other than those Manjaris. They are especially given very deep entrance into the Nikunja pastimes in the bowers of Sri Vrindavan or in the caves of Govardhan. When Radha and Krishna are performing very intimate pastimes, even the Ashtasakis like Lalita and Vishakha, they leave. And at that time, Radha and Krishna, they do need seva. Supposing if Radharani is in a sulky mood or known as Man, she is crying. And Krishna is also crying, trying to pacify her. And in such a mood, they need water, they need some fanning, the chamar, and maybe a napkin or a towel to wipe their tears. So these little gopis who are known as Manjaris, just like if you can imagine that we have tulsi leaves at home, tulsi plant, and the leaves are the gopis and the Manjaris, the little buds. There are the little gopis in the service, in the intimate service of Radha and Krishna, and most intimate service is granted to them. And all our Gaudiya Acharyas are those Manjaris. For example, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada's Gurudev is Nayana Manjari. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is we know he is Kamla Manjari. And like this, so on and so forth, like Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj is an incarnation of Guna Manjari. And then we have Rupa Goswami as Rupa Manjari, Sanatan Goswami as Labanga Manjari, Raghunath Das Goswami as Rati Manjari or Tulsi Manjari, Jiva Goswami as Vilas Manjari, Loknath Goswami is Manjulali Manjari, and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is Kasturi Manjari. So like that, they are all Swapakshiya gopis. They are all in the camp of Srimati Radharani. And so is, Srila Prabhupada did not reveal his identity. He kept it a secret. Either out of great humility, but perhaps we were not so qualified to hear about his position in Golok Vrindavan, in his eternal service of Golok Vrindavan, in his eternal form. One time somebody asked Srila Prabhupada that, can you tell us who you are in Golok Vrindavan, what's your identity? And Prabhupada said, if I tell you, you will faint. These were Prabhupada's words. But if we carefully study Srila Prabhupada's life, his books, and if we carefully read Srila Prabhupada's purports, we can find again and again in between the lines, there is so much rasa, so much so that he is a very intimate servant of Rupa Goswami. If we see Srila Prabhupada's life, that when he entered the Grihastha life, from Grihastha life, he took sannyas, and then when he took sannyas, he went to Sri Vrindavan Dham. He spent a good 5 years approximately in the Vamshi Gopal temple, very close to the Madan Mohan temple by Keshi Ghat, and then another 5 years in Seva Kunj in the Radha Damodar temple, where all devotees offer their obeisances to the two little rooms across each other, where Srila Prabhupada slept, and it was Prabhupada's library, Prabhupada's bhajan kutir, and across was Srila Prabhupada's little kitchen. And if you all have seen that famous picture of Srila Prabhupada while having prasadam, Srila Prabhupada is sitting with his one leg in an upright position and one leg down, and his thali is right there, and he is right in between. He's just about to put something, a morsel in his mouth of prasadam, but he stops and he's simply gazing outside a window. And that window is barely 5 feet away from Srila Rupa Goswami's Samadhi. And the bhajan stali of Jiva Goswami and the bhajan kutir of Rupa Goswami. The Radha Damodar temple is abundant with all the major Gaudiya Acharya Samadhis, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada's Pushpa Samadhi, and some of Srila Prabhupada's senior god brothers, and also one of the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bhugar Goswami. So it is no coincidence that Srila Prabhupada chose that as his home in Seva Kunj and where he was inspired to write. And when he wrote Srimad Bhagavatam, the first canto, he translated there before coming to the US. So he was constantly, it is said that at night, sometimes in the middle of the night, at the Nitya Lila Pravishta Panchu Gosai, who was the person who was the Mahanta of Radha Damodar temple, now his grandchildren are in charge. But Panchu Gosai, who was lovingly called Panchu Gosai, he mentioned that sometimes when he used to go out for a call of nature, to attend to the call of nature at 2:30 or 3 a.m. in the morning, somebody used to be wailing out loud and sweeping the grounds of Rupa Goswami's Samadhi. And he would call out, "Hey Rupa! Hey Rupa! Hey Rupa!" And there was loud wailing. And when he saw who it was Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So one should understand that Srila Prabhupada is just not a personality from Golok Vrindavan. In the spiritual world, it is said when we study the scriptures, 75% of the creation is spiritual, with the Vaikuntha Lokas and the different Narayana planets, Vishnu planets, planets of all the avatars, planet of Lord Ramachandra Ayodhya, planet of Dwarkadish, Dwarka, planet of Mathuresh or Vasudev, Krishna, Mathura, etc. And then the topmost planet is Golok Vrindavan. And we are a minority, 25%. And we are a minority even within the minority. We have hardly even scaled this, we can say, a very, very small fraction of this material world through our material capabilities. So can you imagine, out of all those 75% percentage, the land of Vaikuntha or Krishna Loka, which is full of liberated souls, but there are some who are very, very special, extremely special. Therefore, when we say a pranam mantra, that pranam mantra is compact, full of the transcendental qualities of a personality. Like, for example, when we every day, millions of devotees, several times a day, they say Srila Prabhupada's pranam mantra every time they bow down. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale, Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Saraswate Devi, Gauravani Pracharini, Nirvisesha Shunyavadi, Paschatya Deshatari. My dear devotees, a pranam mantra, it actually glorifies the personality in the shortest of words. But there's so much unlimited glory is compacted in that pranam mantra. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to go into a seminar on Prabhupada's pranam mantra. Last year and the year before we did a seminar in Kartik on Srila Prabhupada's pranam mantra that lasted 2 days, and we were blessed by many Prabhupada disciples and by Srila Prabhupada about the inner meanings of his pranam mantra. One of the things that I would like to mention right now is to, and next time we bow down, think about it. When we say Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale, that means that that personality who came down to this Bhumandal or to this Sansar, to this Mrityu Sagar, to this material world, who is very dear to Krishna, and he came down from the spiritual world. Now one can conclude, yes, it could be Vaikuntha, or one can say that it could be one of the other planets. But no, being the commander-in-chief of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement, and being so dear to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entrusted Srila Prabhupada, Prithvicha Adi Nagar Adi Gram Sarvatra Hoibe Mur Nam Prachar. In every town and village, my name will be spread, and Srila Prabhupada fulfilled that desire. Just like a lot of inner desires in the pranam mantra of Sri Rupa Goswami. Sri Chaitanya Manoyabhistam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadadhika. Just in these 2 lines, Rupa Goswami's pranam mantra, it tells us everything about his personality. That one who has fulfilled the inner core, the inner heart's desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mano Abhishtam. Mana is situated in the heart, the core of the heart. Srila Prabhupada explains that. Mano Abhishtam. Abhishtam means the inner desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sthapitam Jena Bhutale. Rupa Goswami, as a Rasik Acharya and also Tattva Acharya, he established those principles that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted. And when will he give me shelter at his lotus feet? That is what we pray to Rupa Goswami. So similarly, if we analyze Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati's life, Prabhupada's life, when he left his body in 1935, December 31st, he was in a very busy city like Kolkata, in the Bhag Bazar Market, at the Brahma Muhurat, and he knew he was going to leave. And when he left, he was about to leave, he called one of his senior disciples, His Holiness Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, and asked him to sing Sri Rupa Manjari Pada. So those who are not familiar, you all can refer that in the Vaishnava songbook. And that glorifies each and every word, glorifies the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami. And Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj mentions that I am not even a singer. I croak like a frog. Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada did not call upon any wonderful kirtaniyas in the Gaudiya Math. He wanted somebody who was pure in all respects to sing that bhajan. And after he sang it, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada said, Hare Krishna, and he left his body. So we can see that it was his innermost desire at the time when he left his body to serve and concentrate his complete consciousness on the lotus feet of Rupa Manjari or Rupa Goswami. And if Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada is so dear to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, then naturally is very dear to Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami is the dearmost Manjari of Radharani. So this is a very, very rasic insight. So Srila Prabhupada is indeed one of those in that camp of Srimati Radharani in the Radha Dasya. And also it is possible, some of them, one Prabhupada disciple asked me at the end of the seminar a very, very nice question. And I was not so prepared, but somehow the other, I was inspired to answer, and then they were very pleased when the answer came out. They said that some of these people in the Gaudiya Math, they say that Swami Maharaj, they call Srila Prabhupada Swami Maharaj because that was his sannyas name. They call Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada in the Gaudiya Math. So Swami Maharaj, meaning our Prabhupada, he is not capable of giving you all the Ragatmika Bhakti or Raganuga Bhakti, because he only speaks mostly philosophy. And he only, and if you see his bow, there is one of the poems that he had written. There are two poems that he wrote on Jaldu. One of them was in which he mentions that Krishna, he addresses Krishna, Tumi Mor Chir Sakha, you are my eternal friend. And when will the day come when I will be in the pastures of Vrindavan with you and going out on picnic and playing lutaputi, meaning I will be, when we go on a picnic, I will be snatching your lunchbox and you will be snatching my lunchbox. And like that, so it appears here, they mention that Srila Prabhupada has got Sakyaras. So they asked me, what do you have to, can you throw light on that? And that's when, of course, that is there on ISKCON TV. You all can Google it if you want to. But coming back to the point of Srila Prabhupada's, yes, Prabhupada may be a Sakha. There might be speculation here. Krishna, when he has certain devotees that he loves too much, they can be in many rasas. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that there are different prakostas in Golok Vrindavan. Golok Vrindavan is shaped like a lotus. And if you can see my fingers, these are different petals. And these petals have different rasas. Like in a certain petal or a certain region of Golok Vrindavan, there is eternally presence of Navadvip, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eternally is present along with Nityanand Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, Srivas Acharya, and the Gaur Mandali. At the same time, in another prakosta, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Radha Krishna, or he is Krishna in the in the bhava of Radharani. Nityanand Prabhu is Balram, etc. Like that. For example, so when Krishna cannot live without a certain devotee who is Preshta, therefore he is Krishna Preshtaya. That is the point that I was trying. He may be present in more than one prakosta, as per Bhaktivinoda Thakurji, and he may be present in more than one rasa. So that does not take him out of the Madhurya rasa. For all those who think that we can give you Madhurya rasa and Swami Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada cannot give you that, then they are most mistaken. Like Jiva Goswami, Prabhupada, he is also known as Prabhupada. Rupa Goswami is also addressed as Prabhupada. Sanatan Goswami is called Sanatan Goswami Prabhupada. Prabhupada is a title that has been given to very esteemed devotees who are of the highest nature in their devotion to Radha and Krishna, where all the Prabhus, meaning devotees, are surrendered to their lotus feet. One of the names of meaning of Prabhupada is when other devotees who we call Prabhu, they are surrendered to the lotus feet of that one great Acharya. Therefore, he is known as Prabhupada. Another name, of course, a simple and a straightforward meaning of Prabhupada is one who is completely surrendered to the lotus feet of Krishna, to Prabhu, is known as Prabhupada. So, he is Preshta. Therefore, Krishna cannot. For example, there are certain devotees like Lord Balram. He is present in all the 5 rasas. in Shantras, in Dasyaras, in Sakyaras, in Vatsalyaras, and he's present in Madhurya-ras. In Madhurya-ras, he's present as Radharani's younger sister, known as Ananga Manjari. And in the Vatsalyaras, he is present as like he's acting just like Yashoda Ma, and Nanda Baba tells Balram that, look, you're going into the forest, now you're like a father to him. Make sure he behaves well and you take care of Krishna. So at that time, he takes the responsibility, like, we have seen in our, like in our practical experience that, like, sometimes the older brother or the older sister acts like a father or a mother to the younger siblings. And of course, in the Sakyaras, Balram Prabhu is there as his brother, as his friend. And in the Dasyaras, he is present in different ways as Ananta Sesha, as he is present as many different forms where he is serving Sri Krishna. And in the Shantras, he is present in the form of the different paraphernalia that serve Sri Krishna, like the Arti, the Mridanga, the Kartal, etc. They are all transformations of Lord Balram. So, like that, Srila Prabhupada is Krishna Preshta. We should never forget that. And that is the reason he may be present in more than one rasa, but definitely he's there in the Madhurya rasa, because he is a very dear devotee of Nayana Manjari or Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Nayana Manjari, is a very, very dear servant of Rupa Goswami or Rupa Manjari. So this is what I wanted to kind of present, because of course there are Prabhupada's life itself is so transcendental that it can take lifetimes just to mention everything that Srila Prabhupada did and the way he conducted himself as an emissary, as a pure devotee from the spiritual world. In one conversation between Professor Suthers of the Ohio State University in the 1920s under the East India Company, when India was under the British Raj, Professor Suthers was, I believe, a professor of theism. And somebody must have mentioned that a great scholarly personality, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, you should meet him if you want to know more about Hinduism. So he went, and there was a very long conversation. And in that conversation, one question was asked, that how do you know, you speak so much about all these things, about the Vedas and all these things that you have told me, it's very difficult for me to digest. He said that, extremely difficult for me to digest. So how do you know all this? How do you know that the spiritual world is like this, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you call him Krishna, etc. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada answered it so amazingly. He said that one has to be very fortunate. One has to be very fortunate to hear from the right source. Sometimes we may not be able to visit a faraway land, but we are fortunate when a messenger comes from that land, and when that messenger is very honest and he brings information about that land. So we can very easily conclude and say how fortunate we are that we as ISKCONites, as followers of Srila Prabhupada, we got everything as it is, straight from Golok Vrindavan, without any manipulation. Srila Prabhupada was praised by so many people after coming back to India from the West. Reporters, business people, people from all walks of life, they used to meet Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was so kind, gave them darshan. Even the Prime Minister of India, and the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi at that time mentioned, Swamiji, you have done amazing. You have spread the name of Krishna all over the world. And Prabhupada said with folded hands, very humbly, that all I have done, all the credit goes to my Gurudev, to the Parampara. All I've done is, the only credit I have is, I've spoken everything as it is, without, just like a postman. You know, in rural India, a lot of people are illiterate. And when the postman knocks on the door, he brings out a letter. The persons of the household say, can you please read it for me? and the postman opens the letter and reads it as it is. Sometimes there is good news, sometimes there is bad news, sometimes there is horrible news. As it is, that's the job that he does. He doesn't manipulate it. So Srila Prabhupada very humbly says that I presented this message as it is. And we are so fortunate that we've got this. Sometimes familiarity breeds contempt. We do not realize who we have as our beacon, as our guide, His divine grace. And the more we meditate on Srila Prabhupada, the more we meditate on his pranam mantra, many things can be revealed if we want to know it. Yes, it's good to chant the minimum 16 good rounds. It is good to follow the 4 regulative principles. It is good to read the Bhagavad Gita, the Srimad Bhagavatam. But when will the day come when we will actually have a lot of affection for our acharyas? The day we have so much affection for them, when we celebrate their tirobhav, their abirbhav, their appearances, their disappearances, when when we sing and understand and absorb those Vaishnava songs and literatures written by them, then we will really have a lot of affection. And that's all that is required. We do not have to become scholars. We do not have to know all the verses. Just by showing affection to their lotus feet, we become very dear to Radharani. We really become very dear to Shyam Sundarji. And that is the goal. That this is what we need to do is, besides Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, etc., I encourage, if there are any leaders here from different groups or Bhakti Vrukshas or different temples who have joined this program today, please take it a point to sing the Vaishnava songs, understand them. That way, there will be a bonding towards the acharyas. And once there is a bonding, everything is revealed. Slowly but steadily, everything is revealed. Every day we sing in the Guru Puja, Chakshudana Dilo Jai, Janme Janme Prabhu Shai, Divya Gyan, Hriday Prakashito. This is revealed to us, Chakshudan, that transcendental eyes is gifted. It doesn't matter. Like Vaishnava Prabhu mentioned earlier. Yes, my first association with Srila Prabhupada was through his books. We as second generation devotees, we feel if we are very sincere, we are with Srila Prabhupada. The moment we pick up his books, the moment we read his purport sincerely, and every time we maybe read the same verse or the same purport, many new things are revealed if we are sincere about it. So attachment to the lotus feet of the acharyas is very, very important and detrimental to our progress. So just reminiscing about Srila Prabhupada's lifetime events, Srila Prabhupada appeared in Kolkata in 1896, and he appeared actually on September 1st by the English calendar. And he appeared to a wonderful Vaishnava family, Sri Gaur Mohan Dev, father, and Rajini Mataji. And they were wonderful devotees. Gaur Mohan Dev Prabhu was a merchant, a cloth merchant. And he was such a wonderful Vaishnava, very innocent. That is one of the qualities. Srila Prabhupada sometimes used to cry, remembering his father who was a Vaishnava. And that's important. Not only the father, but the Vaishnava. Because Prabhupada was reminiscing sometimes that how my father was so kind and he taught me so many things. And that's how he was so grateful. We have so many gurus. Our Adi Guru can be our own parents. And then we have the Path Prachalan Guru, who introduces us formally to Krishna consciousness. And then there is that Guru who gives us the formal initiation or Diksha or Brahma Sambandha. And then there is that Guru who always gives us instruction, Siksha Guru. So Prabhupada is remembering his father. And then Srila Prabhupada was saying that his father was so kind-hearted that even when his shop was closed at night, sometimes he used to put some prasadam there in a little bowl so that when the little mice or the rat would come, they would get something to eat. They would not be hungry. And then Prabhupada would laugh and say that then they would also not chew on the cloth. So, and his father was so kind that anytime he saw some sadhus, he would call them offer them prasadam, give them dakshina. And like that, one time Srila Prabhupada was so young, very little, barely he had, learned how to walk, and he had become a victim of malaria. And at that time, there was not much of a great cure for malaria that was available. Thousands of people died in malaria in Kolkata at that time, and even the doctor came and couldn't help much. And then Srila Gaur Mohan Dev picked up his son, put a tulsi leaf on his forehead, and placed him in the temple. And he sang a Vaishnav bhajan appeasing Radha, Madan Mohan, that was the deity that they had, and said that, please, if you want, you can save my son. It's up to you. Because, somewhere, when he appeared, the Jyotish or the soothsayer or the astrologer had mentioned that the symptoms are showing that your son is a wonderful transcendental personality, and he will be traveling, all over the world. He will be crossing over the 7 seas, and he will establish 108 temples. And lo and behold, that the Vani, or the words of that astrologer, at the time of birth, when the Janam Patrika or the astrological chart was prepared, that prediction was made in 1896, and it came so true. Prabhupada finished 108 temples, and then he left his body. In 1901, Srila Prabhupada conducted a Rath Yatra festival in the suburb of Calcutta, with the little, and also while he was a child in his own courtyard, his father used to encourage by making a toy card, and with his brothers and sisters and friends, Rath Yatra was performed. In 1902, Srila Prabhupada began worshipping Radha Krishna. And, so at a very young age, 1896, he appeared. In 1902, that means we're talking about at the age of 6 years old. This is what Prahlad Maharaj says. Kaumaram acharat pragyaha dharman bhagavata iha durlabham manushya deha tadapi arthadam adru. Prahlad Maharaj is instructing that from the age of Kaumar, when one is about 4 to 6 years old, one should take to this dharman bhagavatiha. One should take to this Krishna consciousness, because this human life is extremely rare. Tadapi arthadam adruvam. Although it is impermanent, one can attain the highest, which is Golok Vrindavan, or the service, or Vaikuntha, or the service, or the lotus feet of Narayana or Radha Shyamsundar. In 1916, Srila Prabhupada joined as a student of philosophy at the famous British college, Scottish Churches College. This place is still there in Kolkata. If you all go to Mayapur, we should visit these places, and we can kind of, remember going back in time how Srila Prabhupada used to attend this college. And then in 1918, he entered into Grihastha life, Grihastha ashram. He married Radharani. His wife's name was Radharani. And he had 3 children, actually, Vrindavan Chandra, Prayagraj, and Mathura Mohan. These were the names of his children. Beautiful Vraj names he had given his kids. Vrindavan Chandra, the moon of Vrindavan, which is Sri Krishna. Prayagraj is the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who actually gave instruction to Rup Goswami. And that is the chief of all the tirthas, Prayagraj. And Mathura Mohan, the wonderful son he named after the one enchanter of Mathura, the city of Mathura, which is Sri Krishna himself. In 1921, he got a job in a pharmaceutical company, and he was appointed as a manager of the Bose laboratory. And he also, at that time, he joined Mahatma Gandhi's movement of non-violence, Quit India. And at that time, one day, while he was actually returning from home, one of his friends, Bipin Babu, he stopped by at the lab, and as he exited from the gate, he says, Abhay, because his father had given him the name Abhay Charna Ravinda. That was the name that his father had given, and short form, sweetly they used to call him Abhay. So Abhay, he said that, come, I know you are very, very spiritual. Today I want you to meet a wonderful spiritual personality. He is here in Kolkata city, and actually is giving a nice discourse in one of the Grihastha's houses. I would like you, I'm invited and I want to take you too. So Abhay Babu said, no Baba, no. I want to go home. I have my duties to take care of, and I would rather do that than go with you, because I know when my father, he saw so many sadhus, and sometimes they were dressed up in the saffron robes, and they had the tilak and all that, and they would come home. My father would feed them sumptuously and even give them dakshina. And then we have seen that once they left, they went around the corner, they would go to the pan and the beedi shop and the tobacco shop and buy some beedis or some chewing tobacco and eat some pan. So I've seen that all. I'm not interested. So literally, his friend tugged him. There was a tug of war on the street saying, Abhay, just 5 minutes. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. So he literally pulled him by the sleeve and took him. He says, okay, just 5 minutes. And if I don't like it, I'm leaving. Then don't feel bad. So like that, they proceeded to a place called number 1 Ulta Danga Road. That building is even there, standing today in Kolkata. So that's another place one should visit when you go to Mayapur. Generally, we all get off at the airport. Maybe we can take a taxi and go to these different places. Prabhupada's birthplace also in Taliganj. So all these different places are tirthas for us. We should revere them. And so when he went there, actually on the terrace, one very grave, tall sadhu with round-rimmed eyeglass rims, he was seated and he was speaking. And when these two gentlemen came in, youngsters, they came in, they sat in the back. And when the discourse was on, and as soon as the discourse finished, this personality looked straight into the eye of Abhay Babu and said, you seem to be a very, very educated person. You should preach the glories of Bhagavad and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Vani to the English-speaking world. And Abhay Babu was shocked, directing at him, this sadhu, looking at him straight into the eye. So very humbly, Abhay Babu mentioned that Swamiji, who is going to listen to our message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Who is going to listen to our Vedic culture of Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam when we are slaves? Mind you, this is 1922, pre-independence. India got independence in 1947 from the British. So he said, and he was dressed also, I believe, with all the Gandhi type clothes, Swadesh, where you would reject everything that is British. No British cloth, no suit, no ties. As a matter of fact, Prabhupada was so much engrossed in the Mahatma Gandhi's movement called the Swadesh that he had even given up his convocation that was at the Scottish Churches College when he graduated, because this degree was also being conferred upon by the British teachers and the British professors. So he rejected that degree, and he was wearing khadi clothes, the hand-spun cloth clothes, the clothing. And when he went there, he made this fine argument. It's like almost Arjun and Krishna. We are in the first and second chapter. Arjun is finding so many wonderful arguments of not to fight. And Krishna is simply, putting forth the philosophy, trying to make Arjun understand. So Abhay Babu was shocked, and he said that who's going to listen? Who's going to listen to this Vani that you're talking about? The Gaurvani, Bhagavatam, we are slaves. Our first duty is to our dharma, is to free our country from the British Raj. And this personality was none other than Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he said, what kind of freedom are you thinking? The kind of freedom that I'm talking about is not short-lived, that we find in this material world. I'm talking about eternal freedom. Where is the freedom? You're forced to die in this material world. Death must come. It is forced. Nobody wants death, but it is forced. Where is the freedom? Nobody wants to fall sick, but everybody is forced to fall sick. Everybody must grow old. Everybody is forced to fall old, to get old. And everybody must die. Everybody is forced to die in this material world. So where is the question of freedom? What kind of freedom are you talking about? The freedom that these politicians will give you? He said that politicians will change, but politics will not. These are the words of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. What is the guarantee today that India will be free? 20 years, 200 years down the road, some other country may annex India and again we can become slaves. Or any other country can annex any other country. And recently we have seen that in the last 30 years, Iraq, Iran, Kuwait, etc., etc., etc. We see that Afghanistan, Vietnam, this is right here in our lifetime. We have seen it. Like that, so many in the past history, Alexander the Great, he went on conquering country after country after country. So this is all, these things will always happen in the material world. So the kind of freedom in the material world is also short-lived. I'm talking about permanent freedom. When he heard this, he was defeated. And when he went home, he told his father, Srila Gaur Mohan Dev, Baba, he cried and he said, I have found my Guru. I found my Guru, Baba. I found my Guru. Today I was defeated in an argument, but I felt so much immense pleasure even in being defeated. Generally, when we are defeated in a debate or an argument, there is some displeasure to the one who loses the argument or the debate. But here, Abhay Babu was feeling very, very enlightened. And then he surrendered to the higher purpose of life, to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He considered him as his guru. In 1925, he visited Vrindavan for the first time because he was a salesman and he was in the pharmaceutical industry. And sometimes when he was traveling onward, he would see Mathura, and at that time he knew that the Vraj Mandal Parikrama Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was conducting, and all the disciples were there, but because of his grihastha life, sometimes he was not able to, but he sometimes did not care. As soon as he saw Mathura and he knew Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada was there, he got off the station halfway between his journey, and then he would go and simply listen to his Guru Maharaj. Sometimes Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada remarked. What was his remark? That some of his disciples would go in Vraj Mandal during the evening time when Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada gave discourse. Some of his disciples were not present. They were not present, and they would still be going around taking darshan in the temples of Vrindavan or other places in Vraj. So, and Abhay Babu, Abhay Charnaravinda, Babu was used to sit in every class of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada noticed that. And he made a remark that when the Gurudev is speaking, and when one will benefit and have darshan through the ears, one need not necessarily go to all those temples, especially when your Gurudev is speaking, you should attend those classes and he will give you darshan. And that is such an important instruction that Srila Prabhupada took to heart. He never missed a single discourse wherever he was available. He never left the company or the association of his Guru Maharaj when he was speaking. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada remarked, he likes to hear. He likes to listen. This is what Srila Prabhupada, remembering his Gurudev's words, he was sharing this with his disciples. In 1928, he assisted in establishing the Allahabad Center of Gaudiya Math, because he was, at that time, his business was in Allahabad. And at that time, his senior god brother, His Holiness Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, was the sannyasi there. And he, along with him, he would conduct home programs. He would take his senior god brother, who was a sannyasi, Sridhar Maharaj Ji, to the different households. And then he would collect funds from different businesses, and like that he helped establish the Gaudiya Math in Allahabad. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, in his guidance and under his mercy, 64 Gaudiya Maths were established all over India. 64, and one of them, actually Srila Prabhupada was instrumental in more than one in the establishment. In 1934. Prabhupada helped establish the Bombay Gaudiya Math, which was in Gwalior Tank. Right now it's not there anymore. Unfortunate. wish they had kept that place. It's in the heart of Bombay. And Srila Prabhupada, in one of his appearances of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he was on business in Bombay, but he was associating and he established the Bombay Gaudiya Math. And there he wrote a wonderful poem in English. Can you believe it? Amazing poem glorifying his Guru. And I would like to kind of recite it because that shows Guru Nishtha, the vow towards Guru. He says, he wrote this wonderful poem. He says, adore, adore ye all the happy day, blessed than heaven, sweeter than May, when he appeared at Puri, the holy place, my Lord and Master, his divine grace. Oh, my Master, the evangelic angel, give us thy light, light up thy candle, struggle for existence, a human race, the only hope is divine grace. Misled we are all going astray, save us, O Lord, our fervent prayer. Wonder thy ways to turn our face, adore thy feet, your divine grace. Forgotten Krishna, we fallen souls, paying most heavy the illusion's toll. Darkness around us all untraced, the only hope is divine grace. Message of service thou hast brought, a healthy life as Chaitanya taught, unknown to all, it's full of grace. That's your gift, your divine grace. Absolute ascension thou hast proved, impersonal calamity thou hast moved. This gives us a life anew and fresh. Worship thy feet, your divine grace. Like that, he amazingly composes. He further says, had you not come, who had told the message of Krishna, forceful and bold? That's your right, you have the mace. Save me, a fallen, your divine grace. The line of service as drawn by you is pleasing and healthy like morning dew. The oldest of all, but in a new dress. Miracle done, your divine grace. When this offering went to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada was so pleased with the writing of Srila Abhay Babu, Abhay Charnaravinda Das. His initiated name became Abhay Charnaravinda Das. He said, whatever Abhay Charnaravinda Das writes, he told his senior disciples, please publish it. There was a magazine in the Gaudiya Math that was originally started by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and then Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur fortnightly published a booklet called the Sajjan Toshani. In English, it was called The Harmonist. Just like Srila Prabhupada, following in the footsteps of his Guru Maharaj, published Back to Garden. Right? So, he told his senior disciples, whatever Abhay Charnaravinda Das writes, you publish it. And he especially was so impressed with verse number 6. Absolute ascension, thou has proved. Impersonal calamity, thou has moved. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada is being the perfect preaching technique that he had was, he always said that Krishna is a person. And that's what Srila Prabhupada also continuously try to understand that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, a person. Especially to those Mayavads and the Brahmavads, those who thought that God is some light, Aham Brahmasmi, and we are the Supreme Lord ourselves, so Aham, I am He. All those philosophies were cut to pieces by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Therefore, if we examine again in the Pranam Mantra of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, in the last two lines, Rupa Nuga Viruddha Apasiddhanta Dvanta Harini. Any philosophy in the line of Rupa Goswami, any philosophy that was against it, Rupa Nuga Viruddha, Viruddha means opposite, or Apasiddhanta, or the Siddhanta of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or the Gaudiya Vaishnavism, or Rupa Goswami, on the lines of Rupa Goswami, Dvanta Harini, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada used to cut to pieces any other philosophy that would oppose the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, especially the Mayavads. When Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada used to walk on the street, sometimes taking a morning walk, and when a Mayavadi sannyasi or a Mayavad would come, they would change their paths. And when Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta would approach him sometimes, or them, he would catch them by the neck. Why do you think that Krishna is impersonal? Krishna is a person. So like that, he was so pleased with this particular verse that he showed it to everyone in the Gaudiya Math. Sometimes guests would come, some honorable people would come, sometimes even the British would come, British guests. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada would show this, especially this line, absolute is sentient. Sentient means a person. Thou has proved, you have proved it, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Gurudev. Impersonal calamity, thou has moved. Impersonal calamity means Mayavadism, you have removed. So like this, then in 1935, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, this is on the banks of Radhakund, again during Vraj Mandal Parikram. Very special instruction was given to Abhay Charana Ravinda Das Prabhu that in 1935, the last year before, the year when Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada left his body, 1935, he said, if you get books, please, if you get money, please print books and construct temples. That was his instruction. And he also predicted, after I'm gone, in the Gaudiya Math, Agun Jolibe, there will be a fire. Devotees will start fighting for rooms. I want this marble room, and I want this room, and I want that room. And like that, the whole Gaudiya Math will be on fire. That was just a kind of a poetical way of putting it. Devotees will be fighting amongst each other. The principles of pure devotion will be compromised. And my Guru Maharaj, Nitya Lila Pravish, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj, always used to say this, that whenever a major or very important Acharya leaves, there is always going to be some turmoil. And that's exactly, and he quoted how the Gaudiya Math broke up. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada's disciples, they wanted to become Acharya, and then there was some quarrels and misunderstanding, and then the Gaudiya Math broke into pieces, and then certain disciples got certain Gaudiya Maths and certain got certain, etc. And that is one of the reasons why Srila Prabhupada never made anybody Acharya in the ISKCON movement. This is because Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada Saraswati had already indicated that. This is right on the banks of Radhakund, at the lotus feet of Radharani. Understanding that he established the governing body commissioner, and then Srila Prabhupada will always eternally remain, his position will remain as the Acharya. And eternally he is the Acharya. Nobody is the Acharya. Even the GBC in the last few years had requested that anybody calling their Guru Bhagavad Acharya, Bhagavad Pad, or some other exalted names, they should not be used because they are only meant for Srila Prabhupada. So like this, and then in the 1936, the final order, obviously when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada disappeared in 1935 and 1936, he was reminiscing, how should I fulfill my Guru Maharaj's final orders? And like that, he started his preaching vigorously. In 1939, he was honored with the title of Bhakti Vedanta by the Society of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So therefore, he is called Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Actually, his name is Swami Maharaj. His initiated name was Abhay Charana Ravindra Das. And then when he took sannyas, his name was changed to Swami Maharaj, right? But he was given the Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj because of his scholarship in Vedanta, in the conclusion of the Vedas. Of course, the conclusion of Vedas is Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita and all those exalted literatures that Srila Prabhupada derived inspiration from. Anytime we read Srila Prabhupada's purports on any verse, he always takes out references from so many different Vaishnava scriptures, from Vishwanath Chakravartipad, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Sridhar Swami. So many wonderful Vaishnava acharyas he has quoted, and he has given us everything on a wonderful platter. So therefore he was honored as Bhakti Vedanta. And then in 1944, Srila Prabhupada single-handedly started the Back to Godhead magazine. In 1953, Srila Prabhupada started the League of Devotees in Jhansi. And there, actually, he initiated his first disciple. Actually, I don't know how many of you will know, but Srila Prabhupada's first disciple was Indian body, and his name was Acharya Prabhakar Prabhu. Acharya Prabhakar Prabhu. That was his only disciple at that time in India before he came to the West. And then, in 1954, he retired from family life. He had adopted Vanaprastha. There's this famous incident, and it is transcendental. We should not jump to any conclusions. I warn everyone right in the beginning. Srila Prabhupada had already started translating the Bhagavad Gita, and it was all handwritten. He didn't even have a typewriter. And it was all there in scripts, in forms of papers that he had stacked in his house. And one day, when he came back, he started looking for them and he could not find them. So he asked his wife, "Where is that papers?" So she said, "I sold it in the recycling yard to the Raddiwala." "What?" He said, "You sold it?" "Yeah, I didn't have enough money, for tea and biscuits." And Prabhupada became furious. He became very upset. He said to his wife, "It's going to be either tea or me." Because his wife used to drink tea on a regular basis. And obviously, this is a very, very, it's a pastime. Anytime an Acharya and his family members, we should not consider them as ordinary. So we should even, for us, they are all worshipable. We should always remember that. But obviously, Krishna had to arrange a certain way for Srila Prabhupada to leave his house. And when all those transcripts were sold, for pennies, for some few annas, for tea and biscuits, Prabhupada, and jokingly his wife said tea. When he asked, "Tea or me?" And Prabhupada said that I left home, and he did not turn back. So Prabhupada reminisces many times. There's a nice verse from the Bali Maharaj's pastime that whenever I have very special mercy on somebody, I take away everything. And Prabhupada remembers that. Many times he quoted this verse. And then when you become bereft of all material possessions, all your relatives, your friends, etc. will leave you. And then, so that is only for those, Krishna, who bestows very special mercy. We don't have to worry about that. We are not in that category. So one will think that, if I take to Krishna Bhakti, I will lose all my home and my bank balance and my job. Not yet. We are not on that level yet. But this is a wonderful verse that Srila Prabhupada used to remind, and when he was in Allahabad also, when he was actually making plans to expand his business, he did not have enough money. Even he could not pay his rent. He could not even pay his rent and for his home, for his business, and even the couple employees that he had. And they were so kind that they continued on with him. And then sometime he made a plan to go into his own business. And one day while he was doing that, there was no electricity, and he was there with a lantern, kerosene lantern. And suddenly it is said that a whoosh or a gust of wind came, or maybe it was a a rat or a mouse that came and knocked it over, and all the plans that he had made for the business were burnt to ashes. And at that time, Prabhupada remembers this verse, Yasyaham anugrahami, to whomsoever I bestow special mercy, Tadi yashir harishya dhanam, I take away all his material possessions. So like this, the Prabhupada, in 1954, he retired, and then he goes to Sri Vrindavan Dham. He stays about 4 or 5 years in the Vamshi Gopal temple, and about 5 years in the Seva Kunj in Radha Damodar temple at the lotus feet of Jiva Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, at the lotus feet of Bhagavad Goswami and many other Gaudiya Acharyas, their samadhis and their baitak stalis, their bhajan kutirs, and of course at the lotus feet of Radha Damodar ji. In 1959, Srila Prabhupada accepted the renounced order of life. He begged that, saying, because his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, came in his dream 2-3 times, even while he was a Grihastha. And he woke up at night and he says, what a horrible dream. I'm still a Grihastha. I still have children. I still have my wife. And I don't know why Guru Maharaj is asking me to take sannyas. And then after coming to Vrindavan, again that dream came to him, that vision, that spiritual vision came. Just like exactly how when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada wanted to take sannyas, he did not take sannyas because he did not have anybody else to take. His father had left, and his Gurudev, initiating Guru, Sri Gaurkishore Babaji Maharaj, had left. So he took, Gaurkishore Babaji Maharaj came in his dream and he took sannyas in front of his photograph. And that is how powerful these acharyas are, that their Guru Maharajas come and communicate with them, because they are in the youth of Radharani, they are in that particular Swakiya Paksha group, and those instructions come from Radha Shyam Sundar. They come from Radharani. So he actually then approached the Gaudiya Math at that time and asked the Mahanta, the leader, that, Prabhupada, meaning he's addressing Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, Prabhupada came in my dreams and he wanted me to take sannyas. So can you give me sannyas? So they said, no, you come and stay in the mott. You are staying in Vrindavan, in Seva Kunj. Why don't you come and join the mott? And then we will see. He says, Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada had said that we are supposed to preach to the English-speaking world. He wanted one of us to go to the foreign land and preach Krishna consciousness. And they said, no. Bon Maharaj had already gone to the UK and he was not that successful, and he came back without doing much. And Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada was disappointed on Bon Maharaj. So like this, they used to put counter arguments, and it was very disappointing. But there was one very senior god brother of Srila Prabhupada, His Holiness Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj. Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj ji, he said, I will give you sannyas. I know that you love Prabhupada too much, meaning you love Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada too much, and you will not do anything wrong. And I've read all your works, I've read everything. And he was also known as Kaviraj. He was dubbed in the Gaudiya Math as Kaviraj. Kavi means a poet, and Raj means a king of poets. That is how Prabhupada is. And as you can see, the English poem that he wrote, and then of course, right now we will also come across a wonderful Bengali poem that I would like to share with you all very soon. So like this, he actually took sannyas from Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj. He was also known as Kesar Achari, Kesari Acharya. Kesari Acharya means very, very profound. His books were very profound, his writings were very profound. And Srila Bhakti, he was one of the leading disciples, along with Srila Bhakti Rakshak Siddhar Maharaj of the Gaudiya Math. But he gave him. And for those who have heard of Srila Narayan Maharaj, he is also Srila Narayan Maharaj's initiating guru, Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj. So Srila Narayan Maharaj is Srila Prabhupada's actually god nephew also, and also god brother in one sense. Anyways, coming back to Srila Prabhupada, he accepted the sannyas order, and then he became even more and more engrossed in his publishing. He published the first book in 1960, The Easy Journey to Other Planets. So I think Vaishnava Prabhu mentioned this book. This was Prabhupada's first book, Prabhuji. And in 1962, he published the first volume of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. So Prabhupada's original volume of Bhagavatam, the first canto was in 3 volumes actually. They were nice, cute little volumes, the original print. Nowadays, the publishers and the Bhaktivedanta Bhagavat Trust has made it into 1 volume. And then in 1965, Srila Prabhupada was thinking continuously that how I can go to the West. My Guru Maharaj has asked me to preach the glories of Mahaprabhu, Bhagavatam, to the English-speaking world. And I'm here sitting in Vrindavan. I'm not able to go. I don't have any money. Even while in Vrindavan, when he used to publish Back to Godhead, he used to go to Delhi in the 3rd class, where all kinds of people were there. And then he would get off at the Chippiwada in near Chandni Chowk, and where all the printing presses were. And he would beg to the printing press owners, can you please help me in publishing this magazine? You will be very much blessed with Krishna Bhakti. And he would, and sometimes they would oblige. Some would say yes, some would say no. And like that, Srila Prabhupada would get the Back to Godhead magazine published. And then he would go on the hot streets of Delhi in summer, where the temperatures would go up to 50, 55 degrees Celsius, 100 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. And he would distribute the Back to Godhead for 1 paisa or 2 paisa. He would tell the passers-by, beta, ye le lo, ye tumhare kaam aayega, ye tumhare adhyatmik जीवन के लिए है, सुखी रहना, ले लो ये. And sometimes while distributing the Back to Godhead magazine, due to the heat, Srila Prabhupada would swoon. He would faint. And the passers-by would revive him with water. This is Krishna Prem. This is Guru Nishtha. Like that, he would do many times, go back and forth from Delhi to Vrindavan. And then with the intensity of Guru's instruction in heart, he heard that in Bombay, there were so many ships that went to the Western countries. Big shipping corporations had their head offices in Bombay. So he decided to head to Bombay. And there he went to Scindia Shipping Corporation, a huge, in South Bombay, one of the biggest shipping companies, shipping lines. And then he sat on the steps practically for a whole month, because it's such a big company. Who would let him in? They would think he's a beggar. The chokidar or the watchman would turn him away. And then he would simply sit there. And one day, while he was sitting on the steps, one Gujarati gentleman by the name Mr. Choksi, who happened to be the secretary of the company owner, Mrs. Sumati Morarji, he saw a sadhu sitting there, and he said that and then he respected him and says, yes, Baba, I see you here every day. Tell me, Swamiji, what I can do for you. He says, this is, my Guru Maharaj's mission, that I must go and preach the glories of Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the English-speaking world. But I heard that, that this company has so many ships going all over the world to different places and different United States. So can you make an arrangement that I can meet the owner of this company? And finally, he makes that arrangement, and he begs Mrs. Sumati Morarji, the CEO, that look, you're a Vaishnavi. Mrs. Sumati Morarji happened to be a Vaishnavi in the parampara of the Pushti Margis or the Vallabh Sampradaya. And she could understand Srila Prabhupada's bhav. And she said, but Swamiji, it is very difficult for me to make this decision. You are an old man, and the ships are not like cruise liners where there is so much comfort. These are just to carry cargo. I don't think it is advisable for you to travel on these. And Prabhupada pleaded and says, you know what Guru Bhakti is, Guru Nishtha is, Guru Agya is. So please, I beg you, give me. And and then finally Mrs. Sumati Maharaji wrote a letter to her officials and said that please make arrangements for Swamiji to travel on Jalduta. This is a ship by the name Jaldut that it will be departing from Kolkata and then making its way to Bombay, through Sri Lanka, then through the Middle East, through that channel, and then through the Atlantic, and then eventually to the United States coast, Boston. So like that, eventually Srila Prabhupada was able to get a letter, and after getting a lot of government formalities, a lot of struggle. At that time, I remember Prabhupada mentions it's the P form. The government had so much red tape that even to leave the country, even after having his passport and everything, it was a nightmare. Finally, all said and done, that struggle, Srila Prabhupada boards in 1965, the journey to USA on board the Jaldut. The ship was called Jaldut. That was the name. Every ship has the name. And Srila Prabhupada arrived on September 17, 1965, in the waters in the Atlantic Ocean, still a little bit far from the Boston Harbor. He carried within his heart the order of his spiritual master to spread the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the Western world. The following poem was written on board the Jaldut, which perfectly illustrates Srila Prabhupada's total humility and dependence on the Supreme Lord, Krishna, for the success of his great mission. And I would now request, so that everybody can follow this wonderful, it's a Bengali poem, the translation is also there. Please meditate on this poem and see if you can grasp the inner core heart of Srila Prabhupada. So Pankit Prabhu, can I request you to display that poem? Thank you. So, in this poem, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, Poro kripa koile Krishna adha mera prati ki lagiya anyale hai to koro ebe gati. Next verse, please. My dear Lord Krishna, you are so kind upon this useless soul. You can go back a little bit. Sorry about that. But I do not know why you have brought me here. Now you can do whatever you like with me. Second verse, please. Ache kichu karja tabe ei anumane nahe keno ani bena ei ugrasthane. But I guess you have some business here. Otherwise, why would you bring me to this terrible place? Rajastamo gune era shabaya chana Vasudeva katha ruchi nahe she prasanna. Most of the population here is covered by the material modes of ignorance and passion. Absorbed in material life, they think themselves very happy and satisfied, and therefore they have no taste for the transcendental message of Vasudeva. I do not know how they will be able to understand it. Tabe jari taba kripa hoy ahai tuki shakala ei shambhava hoy tumi shei kautuki. But I know your causeless mercy can make everything possible because you are the most expert mystic. It's like similar to that verse that we all sing sometimes is Yat karoti. I can't remember it. Anyways, then he says, Ki bhave bujhale tar buje sei rasha eta kripa koro prabhu korui nija vasha. How will they understand the mellows of devotional service? Oh Lord, I'm simply praying for your mercy so that I will be able to convince them about your message. Tomara ichhaye shab hoye maya bash, Tomara ichhaye nash mayar parasha. I wish that you may deliver them. Therefore, if you so desire their deliverance, then only they will be able to understand your message. Taba icha hoi jari tadera uddhar bujibe nishchoy tabe katha shei tomar. I wish that you may deliver them. Therefore, if you so desire their deliverance, Then only they will be able to understand your message. Bhagvatera katha shei tabay avatar hoye hoye shune jari kane bar bar. The words of Srimad Bhagavatam are your incarnation. And if a sober person repeatedly receives it with submissive oral reception, then they will be able to understand your message. And like this, Srila Prabhupada actually quotes about 5 or 6 verses from Srimad Bhagavatam. Like Shrinvanta Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanam Vridyantastev Sabhadrani Vidunoti Surutsaram Nashtaprayashu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloki Bhakti Bhavati Nashtaki Tadarajas Tamo Bhavo, etc. From the first canto, second chapter. Then he further says, after quoting those verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, Rajas Tamo Hate Tabe Paibe Nishtar Rudayera Bhadra Shote Guji Betahar. He will become liberated from the influence of the modes of ignorance and passion, and thus all inauspicious things accumulated in the core of the heart will disappear. Ki kore bujhabo kotha boro shei chahi khudra ami dina hina kono shakti nahi. How will I make this? Will make them understand this message of Krishna consciousness? I'm very unfortunate, unqualified, and most fallen. Therefore, I'm seeking your benediction so I can convince them. I'm powerless to do so on my own. Further, he prays, Taba kripa hoile mor kotha shuddha hobe shuniya shabara shok dukkha jai guchibe. Only by your causeless mercy will my words become pure. I'm sure that when this transcendental message penetrates their hearts, they certainly feel and gladden and thus become liberated from unhappy conditions of life. Next verse, number 14. Aniyachi jari Prabhu amar nachate nachao nachao Prabhu nachao shei mate kashtarera putli jatha nachao shei mate kashtarera putli jatha nachao shei mate. Oh Lord, I'm just like a puppet in your hands. So if you have brought me here to dance, then make me dance. Make me dance. Oh Lord, make me dance as you like. And the last verse, Srila Prabhupada says in this poem Margine Bhagavat, Bhakti nahi beda nahi nama kuba daro Bhakti Vedanta nama ebe sharthaka koro. Srila Prabhupada says, I have no devotion, nor do I have any knowledge, but I have strong faith in the holy name of Krishna. I have been designated as Bhakti Vedanta or a Bhakti Vedantist. And now, if you like, you can fulfill the real purport of Bhakti Vedanta. So, Srila Prabhupada signs this at the bottom. The most unfortunate, insignificant beggar, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, on board the Shri Jalduta, on board the ship Jalduta, Commonwealth Pier, Boston, Massachusetts, USA. So, like this, Srila Prabhupada writes this. You can remove this slide, Prabhu. So, like this, Srila Prabhupada, actually, this diary is known as Jalduta diary, where Prabhupada keeps a record of day-to-day, everyday activities while he was on the warship on Jalduta. And Srila Prabhupada, actually, when the seas got very rough, incurred, I think, about 2 heart attacks. And Prabhupada writes in the Jalduta diary that if a third heart attack would come, he would not survive. And then, lo and behold, that night, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in his dream, and suddenly the Atlantic Ocean became extremely calm, and he saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like a boatsman, was actually guiding the boat. He was actually taking the oars in his hands, and he was actually rowing the boat, the Jaldut steamship, bringing it to safety. And and even Captain Pandya and his wife, Mrs. Pandya, mentioned, Swamiji, this is a very rough part that we encounter every time. And it is because of you, some magic, that it is very calm. Maybe you should join us every time we cross this ocean. So they joked with him. And by the way, Srila Prabhupada's first Srimad Bhagavatam distribution, it happened to Captain Pandya of the Jaldut ship. Prabhupada gave, and for Captain Pandya, gave some Lakshmi to Srila Prabhupada on board. And like this, Srila Prabhupada finally arrived on the ocean, on the coastal region of Boston Harbor. And Srila Prabhupada did not know what to do, go left or right. He had only 35 rupees, about $7. And Srila Prabhupada mentions he had a contact from Mathura, one Mr. Agarwal, and his son was staying there, Mohan Agarwal. And he went there. He was in Butler, Pennsylvania, taking a bus, and there he stayed for a few days. He had an American wife, and he had to compromise with so many things about the lifestyle. And also Mohan Agarwal reminisces that his little son took the first steps. He was a baby crawling, and when Prabhupada arrived later, a couple of days later, he actually first took his first steps in Prabhupada's arms. So like that, a lot of loving pastimes. So Prabhupada then went to New York, and then on standing under a tree, he chanted the holy name, Hare Krishna, attracting a lot of hippies. And like that, he established the ISKCON movement in 1966, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. All these hippies became happies. Srila Prabhupada converted them to Vaishnavas. Prabhupada conducted Bhagavad Gita classes, and especially ecstatic kirtan. And he personally cooked with his own hands. 26 Second Avenue, Srila Prabhupada had a small storefront, and he had a little apartment in the back. And Srila Prabhupada used to have these feasts every Sundays, and even sometimes in the evening, 3 days a week, when he spoke about Bhagavad Gita and Kirtan. And all these drunkards and drug addicts used to come, and they actually came mostly because they loved the prasadam. And Prabhupada served with his own hands. And Prabhupada used to, some of them, these hippies who are hungry, who are drunk, who are high on drugs, they ate 20, 25 chapatis, and Prabhupada used to make them. Can you imagine? Like that, the humble beginning with 15, 20 devotees happened, and Prabhupada fed them. And then later on, after eating, they used to either sleep there or leave, and Prabhupada cleaned up everything. This is almost a 70-year-old man doing this. This is Guru Nishtha. This is Krishna Prem. That is why he's Krishna Presthaya Bhutale. How many preachers are coming? How many people are speaking Bhagavatam? How many people are speaking about Ramayana and Mahabharata, and they're sitting on those big pulpits and Vyasasana charging crores and crores of rupees or thousands and thousands of dollars, and they've got their name and fame, and they're on the channels of the TV channels, simply, attracting Kamini, Kanchan and Pratishtha, attracting wealth, the opposite sex, and basically just firing their egos, fanning their egos, Pratishtha. But this is humble beginning, nothing. And Srila Prabhupada, this is the struggle. Pure devotees will have to struggle. This is what we have to be prepared for. Who said Krishna Prem was cheap? Who said Radharani's service was cheap? No, Srila Prabhupada, that is why he's Krishna Preshta Bhutale. All of them left, and Prabhupada cleaned all those vessels. And slowly, slowly they saw this is an old man, and they came to assist him. And that is how the ISKCON love feast started. Then Srila Prabhupada went to San Francisco, and then they had their different Rath Yatras, and the rest is history. Srila Prabhupada empowered 3 couples to go to UK, and then there they preached, and the movement caught like wildfire. Prabhupada traveled all over the world, 12 years, and he circumvented the world, preaching Krishna consciousness, tiredness, sleeping only for an hour and a half. And when everybody went to sleep, in the middle of the night, he would translate books. And there he would translate every night. And then in the morning, he would do his japa. He was the perfect example as an acharya. And go for his morning walks, preaching, preaching, preaching. Come back, give Srimad Bhagavatam class, attend the arti, and then all the administrative work, teaching all these persons All these people, how to administer. Prabhupada taught them how to even put on tilak, how to even put on dhoti, how to, everything Srila Prabhupada taught. And that is why Srila Prabhupada is this fatherly, grandfatherly figure to these people. Those who are, doesn't matter where they came from, they were either from Africa, Australia, United States, from the northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. It is the love that Srila Prabhupada gave. Srila Prabhupada completed translation and the commentary of Bhagavad Gita as it is in 1967-68. The Bhagavad Gita was published by the Macmillan Company, and that was a huge success. Then, and the rest is history. As we see, the marathon will start very soon. And today, Srila Prabhupada's books are spread in every town and village. Because Sankirtan just does not mean kirtan as in the kirtan of singing Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Sankirtan also means the glories of Sri Krishna, the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that are presented through his Divine Graces books. And then in 1972, Srila Prabhupada officially established the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust for publishing books. And then he traveled all over, initiating disciples and meeting all kinds of people. There's so much to say, but so little time. His Divine Grace, your glories are forever. Ebe Yash Gushuk Tribhuvana. May your fame spread at this frame in all the three worlds. Aha Prabhu Koro Daya Deho More Pad Chaya. Ebe Yash Gushuk Tribhuvana. In 1975, he completed the translation and published Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, which was really a big work that he published. And of course, Srimad Bhagavatam with 18,000 verses was also under progress. He completed the 10th canto, which is the moon-like face of Sri Krishna before he left, which was the Saman. Even before that, he completed the Krishna book because he knew that sometimes if he leaves, then the essence of Krishna Prem or Raganuga Bhakti is the 10th canto. And even before completing Srimad Bhagavatam and most of the major books, he compiled a book called Krishna, the beautiful book in English. Everybody should read that. It is must by your table side. And it's an amazing book where Prabhupada has translated all the different chapters of the 10th canto, in a very simple form, the pastimes of Sri Krishna and Vrindavan. So like this, in 1977, Srila Prabhupada disappeared from this mortal world. We call it disappearance because it is just like Ashim Prabhu mentioned in the beginning, that the sun appears and disappears. It never dies. So any pastimes of Sri Krishna or any pastimes of the Supreme Lord or his pure devotees are like the sun. They simply appear and disappear when the time comes as per the will of Sri Krishna. And on so basically in 1977, Srila Prabhupada actually wanted to go back. He was in India and wanted to go to the UK. His tickets were booked. This was in the summer, in the May, beginning of May. But on the way to Delhi, he said, no, take me back. And then feeling that Prabhupada was not feeling that great, they took him to Rishikesh. And this is in May 15. And then when he was in Rishikesh trying to recoup, because the air is much better there, and because the devotees really, the Kaviraj or the Ayurvedic doctor recommended to go there because it is conducive for Ayurvedic medicines, also getting pure medicine. So Prabhupada was coerced by his disciples, so he went to Rishikesh. But later on he said that, I better go to Vrindavan. I would like to leave my body in Vrindavan. These were his words. Better to die in Vrindavan. So then 2 days later, Prabhupada arrived on May 17 in Vrindavan. And then in the last few days of Srila Prabhupada, during Govardhan Puja time, Prabhupada expressed, Loknath Goswami had come and he had wonderfully preached in the little towns and villages of India on bullock cart. And Prabhupada, when he came, Prabhupada was extremely emancipated. He had already stopped eating for almost a month. He was barely on liquids. But still, he came and offered obeisances, and he said that, and he asked him for his well-being and what his activities are. And then he said that, yeah, Prabhupada, I'm doing this on bullock cart, preaching and going around. So Prabhupada said, that's very nice. and he expressed his desire to do Vrindavan Parikrama and Govardhan Parikrama by bullock cart. So now there were two teams of devotees. They had divided opinions that Prabhupada's body is not, won't be able to take the bump, and then the road and the parikrama mark in Govardhan is very extremely harsh. The Prabhupada won't survive. And even the Kaviraj doctor said, no, it's not a good idea. But Prabhupada said, I want to. And there were certain devotees says that Guru Agya is of most esteem. And like that, they delineated themselves. And finally, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, Nitya Lila Pravishta Bhakti Charu Maharaj, Nitya Lila Pravishta Tamal Krishna Maharaj, and some of the leading disciples of Srila Prabhupada who were serving Srila Prabhupada in the last days, Bhavanand Maharaj, very intimately, they convinced Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada, being so kind, said, okay, fine, I won't go. I know you love me so much. And Prabhupada cried, seeing the love between the disciples for him. So this is our Srila Prabhupada. Today is the anniversary, 1977, Srila Prabhupada disappeared on this day. And this is according to Tithi. Obviously, we follow Vaishnava Tithi calendar, not by the English calendar. He left his body at 7:26. And all glories to his divine grace. He is like Sanatana Goswami says, Kripa Sindhu sa Sampurnaha Sarva Satvopakaraha Nispriha Sarvat Mahasiddha Sarva Vidya Visharada Sarva Samasya Samcheta Analaso Gurura Arataha. This is Sanatana Goswami quoting in Hari Bhakti Vilas. Who is a pure Guru? I like this verse quite a bit, and this describes each and every word in this, and Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad's Mangalarti, the Guru-Ashtakam, describes the life of Srila Prabhupada. Kripa Sindhu Sa Sampurna. He is an ocean of mercy, and he is fulfilled, he is completely perfect in all respects. Sa Sampurna, he is complete. Sarva Sattva Upkaranaha, and he is always bestowing his mercy by upkar, by giving Krishna consciousness. Nishpraha Sarvataha Siddhaha, he is free from lust. And Sarvataha Siddha, he has got the topmost siddhi or the perfection. What is the topmost siddhi? Getting lighter than the lightest, or heavier than the heaviest, or bigger than the biggest, like the Ashta Mahasiddhi? No, the topmost siddhi is when you are able to control Krishna, when you are able to control Radha and Krishna, when you are able to serve Radha and Krishna. That is the perfection of the siddhi for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Therefore, Sanatana Goswami mentions in Hari Bhakti Vilas, Nispriya Sarvata Siddhaha. That is the siddhi for Vaishnavas. Sarva Vidya Visharadaha, and he is expert in all transcendental knowledge. Sarva Samshaya Samchetaha, and he is able to Sarva Samshaya Samcheta, he is able to remove all doubts. Srila Prabhupada's whole life, there's so many questions from all walks of people, all walks of life, disciples, everyone. Prabhupada answered them satisfactorily. That is so amazing. Sarva Vidya Visharada Sarva Samshaya Samchetaha Analaso Gurur Aharataha. He is indeed always alert in the service of Krishna, and he is known as a genuine Guru. Analaso. Anala means perfect or the pure Guru. Analaso Guru Arthaha. So this is our Srila Prabhupada, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. It's a day of sadness. It's a day of happiness. It's a mixed feeling. Sadness because we are going to miss his Vapu, especially those of us who have not. But happiness is because he is always there through his books, through his katha. Whatever we are endeavoring, it is only Srila Prabhupada's pure mercy that is flowing, even with our Bhaktivedanta Bhagavad Guru, and also with all the ISKCON temples and the preaching. Actually, it is Srila Prabhupada who is preaching. 100%, because when we were born, when we didn't know anything about pure devotional service, even though we were born in Vaishnava families. I was born in the Vaishnava family, but I never knew the nuances and such intricacies of what a Vaishnava dharma is. What is a Vaishnava? This is by the mercy of His Divine Grace. So this is a perfect guru, and he's always there with us. And a very, very happy day, because he was returned back. That is why we say, Om Nitya Lila Pravishtom Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajagachari Ashtottara Shata Shri Srimad Abhay Charanaravindra Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtom means he has entered into the eternal pastimes, into Golok Vrindavan, into eternal pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna. So that is a lot of happiness. Here he left, but there he brought a lot of happiness. He brought a lot of happiness to Radharani. He brought a lot of happiness to Shyam Sundarji. He brought a lot of happiness to Rupa Goswami, Rupa Manjari, Lavanga Manjari, Tulsi Manjari, Rati Manjari, Kasturi Manjari, like that, Vilas Manjari. He brought a lot of happiness to Nayana Manjari, Kamla Manjari, all these intimate associates of Radharani, blessed by his presence. And they were so happy, a well accomplished task. And who knows where Srila Prabhupada again will be after his brief activities in Golok Vrindavan. Again, because he is Preshta, only the toughest of the toughest job can be given only to the toughest. So, coming to this material world to save persons like us who are the most fallen, it is only for the toughest. And that only Radha and Krishna can give it to. And therefore Krishna also sings the glories in the Bhagavad Gita in the 18th chapter. For those who preach this message of Krishna consciousness, of this message of Bhagavad, is most dear to me. Neither in the past, nor in present, or nor in the future there will be anybody as such. And the gopis sing of the glories of Srila Prabhupada, and persons like Prabhupada in the 9th verse of the Gopi Geet, where they say that Shravana Mangalam Srimad Adatam Bhuvi Grinanti Je Bhurida Jana. Those persons are the most munificent, those who go around the world. Bhurida Jana, that is the word that was used. King Prataprudra, when he sang that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got up from his sleep and he was in tears, and he saw this person pressing his feet, and he was singing this 9th verse of the Gopi Geet, and immediately the last 2 words, Mahaprabhu in ecstasy, he leapt forward and hugged King Prataprudra, and they were both hugging and crying, and Mahaprabhu kept on repeating, Bhuri Dajana, Bhuvi Grinanti Je Bhuri Dajana, Bhuvi Grinanti Je Bhuri Dajana, Bhuvi Grinanti Je Bhuri Dajana. Bhuvi Grinanti means one who goes all over the world. And Bhuri Dajana, Bhu, Ri, Da. It's a combination of 2 words in Sanskrit. Da means Dan, one who gives freely. And Bhuri Da means the topmost charity. If we think that a rich person or a rich king can give thousands and thousands of kilos of gold and diamonds and jewelry, that is nothing compared to the charity that personalities like Srila Prabhupada gives to us. They have changed our existence. He has changed our astitva. Otherwise, from Anadikal, we are simply roaming in this material world. You know, Ei Rupe Brahman Ramide, sometimes we get opportunity to go into Swarga due to pious activities, and then we come back, and then due to our bad association, many lifetimes we may have spent in the hellish planets. But just see what Prabhupada has given us. This is what Krishna Prishthaya Bhutales, and this is what Bhurida Jana, Bhuvi Grinanti Je Bhurida Jana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu highlighted this, repeated this many times, and Mahaprabhu did not want to meet King Prataprudra. He hugged him just for singing that and for highlighting this point. So the gopis even sang this. Srimad Bhagavatam is eternal. Srimad Bhagavatam comes from Golok Vrindavan. We have explained that before. And this verses of the Gopi Geet, especially the 9th verse, already is eulogizing personalities like Srila Prabhupada. So thank you so much. I think I will end here now. Now the next part of the program is that we will actually do Pushpanjali, and then we will sing Jai Anil Prema Dhana. It is a slightly an extended program, then Gopi Geet and Damodar-ASHTAKAM. So what I would like to do is, every year in the temple, because of COVID, the temples are closed, we are not able to offer any flowers to Srila Prabhupada. So what we can do is we can offer Srila Prabhupada mansik or mental. You know, we can offer him the Pushpanjali through a mental, and there is some mantras that we recite of the parampara and of Radha Krishna, and then every time when I say Esha Pushpanjali Samarpanam, at that time you can mentally you close your eyes and offer flowers at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. So I would like to now, all of you, please try to, please, I was saying that try to concentrate on the mantras, and we can offer our Pushpanjali to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So, oh, I don't think I gave you the slide for that, but that's okay. I will just recite it as it is. So, when I say Pushpanjali Samarpanam, at that time you can offer it to Srila Prabhupada. Does anybody can quickly put Srila Prabhupada's picture? My co-host, can you do that? And then once the Pushpanjali is complete, we can move on to the next part. Whoever can, share their screen with Srila Prabhupada's photograph, I would really appreciate it. Especially with his lotus feet showing. Pankit, are you able to do that, please? Pankit Prabhu? Or Anup Prabhu or Ashim Prabhu?
I found one, but it is small picture.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I found one. I will be displaying it.
Yeah, thank you.
I also found one.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead then.
Please ensure that the lotus feet are visible. So we have flowers in our palms, and we will be offering when I say Pushpanjali Samarpanam. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvideshesha Shunyavadi Paschatyadesh Esha Pushpanjali Samarpanam. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Srivarsha Bhanvi Devi Daitaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhura Ujjvala Premadhya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murte Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddha Apasiddhanta Dvantaharine Esha Pushpanjali Samarpayami. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nama Gaurat Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralamba Rasambodhe Padam Bhojayate Namaha Esha Pushpanjali Samarpanam. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nama Bhakti Vinodaya Satchitanandanamine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Esha Pushpanjali Samarpayami. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Gauravirbhava bhumestam निर्दिष्ट सज्जन प्रिय वैष्णव सर्वभौमाय श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। एष पुष्पांजलि समर्पयामि। His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shrila Prabhupada ki jai। वांचा कल्पतरोभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितनाम पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। एष पुष्पांजलि समर्पयामि। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। Now we will offer our pranams to the Krishna. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। येष पुष्पांजलि समर्पयामि। His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai। Now we will offer our obeisances to the Pancha Tattva and offer this to Srila Prabhupada as one of the mantras. Pancha Tattvakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupagam Bhakta Avtaram Bhakta Akhyam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam। Esha Pushpanjali Samarpanam। His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai। Now we offer our obeisances along with Srila Prabhupada to Madan Mohan ji, Govind Dev ji and Gopinath ji, the Sambandha, Abhidya and Prayojan deities. It is by their mercy we obtained Srila Prabhupada. So, Jayatam Suratopango Mamamanda Matergati Matsarvasva Padambhojau Radha Madana Mohano दिव्य वृंदारण्य कल्पद्रुमात् श्रीमत् रत्नांगद सिंहासनस्थो श्री श्रील राधा गोविंद देवो प्रेष्टली भी सेव्य मानव स्मरामि। श्रीमान रासर सारंभी वंशी वटस्थितः कर्षणे स्वनेर्वेणुर्गोपी श्री गोपीनाथाय श्रेयस्तुना। एष पुष्पांजलि समर्पयामि। His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai। Now we offer our obeisances to Radharani. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye। Esha Pushpanjali Samarpanam। Esha Pushpanjali Samarpayami। Srila Prabhupada ki jai। Now the Panchatattva. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhat Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda। Esha Pushpanjali Samarpayami। His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai। And now the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare। Esha Pushpanjali Samarpayami। His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai। Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol। So now we will sing the song of separation, J. Anila Premadhana. Please, Pankit Prabhu, please display that. Thank you so much. This is a song of separation composed by Srila Das Thakur. Let us get into this mood, feeling intense separation from Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Nila Prema Dhana Karuna Pracho Heno Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Thakur. Jaya Nila Prema Dhana Karuna Pracho Jaya Nila Prema Dhana Karuna Pracho Eno Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Thakur. Eno Prabhu Kotha Kaha Mora Sarup Rupa Kaha Sanaka Kaha Mora Kaha Das Raghu Nath Patita Pavana Kaha Mora Bhatta Juda Kaha Kavira Ekha Kale Kotha Gela Goranakara Pashane Kutibo Matha Anale Pashibo Gauranga Gunera Nidhi Kotha Gele Pavo সেই সব সঙ্গীরা সঙ্গে যে কইল বিলাস, সেই সঙ্গ না পাইয়া কান্দে নরোত্তম দাস। যে অনিল প্রেমাধানা করুণা প্রচুর, হেন প্রভু কোথা গেলা আচার্য ঠাকুর, दयाल वैष्णव ठाकुर श्रीला प्रभुपादा, दयाल वैष्णव ठाकुर श्रीला प्रभुपादा, दयाल वैष्णव ठाकुर श्रीला प्रभुपादा, दयाल वैष्णव ठाकुर श्रीला प्रभुपादा। प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद। So a quick translation, if you can put that back please. Je anila prema dhana karuna prachur. Where is that Acharya who gave us that pristine love, Krishna Prem, the fortune? Hano Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Thakur. Where is that personality? Where is Srinivasa Acharya? So Narottam Das Thakur is actually starting this song because his contemporary, his Siksha god brother had left his body, Srinivasa Acharya. So he used to call him Acharya. Hena Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Thakur. Where is Srinivasa Acharya? Kaha mor Sarup Rupa, kaha Sanatana, kaha Dasa Raghunatha Patita Pavana. Where is my Sarup Damodar Goswami? Where is Rupa Goswami? Where is Sanatan Goswami? Where is Raghunath Das Goswami? Who are the most Patita Pavan, the uplifter of the fallen souls. Kaha mor Bhatta Juga, kaha Kavi Raj? Eka Kale Kotha Gela Gora Nataraj. Where is my Raghunath Bhatta Goswami? And where is the two Bhatta, Raghunath Bhatta and Gopal Bhatta Goswami? Where are they? Juga means both, Gopal Bhatta and Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. Where are they? Kaha Kaviraj? And where is Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami? Eka Kale Kotha Gela Gora Nataraj. Where did the best of the dancer, the golden Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where did he disappear? Suddenly, he has disappeared, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The best of the dancers, the king of the dancers, Gora Nataraj. Pashane Kutibo Matha Onole Pashibo, Gauranga Gunera Nidhi Kotha Gele Pabo. I feel like banging my head on a stone or entering into a fire. I would like to end my life because I cannot find the associations of these Vaishnavas. I cannot find the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is a transcendental ocean of bliss. Where has he gone? And in the last verse, Sei Shava Sangira Sange Je Koilo Vilas, Se Shangana Pai Kande Narottamadas. Not finding the association of these exalted Vaishnavas and Mahaprabhu, uh, I am crying incessantly. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I miss you. I miss all these acharyas. And out of separation, I'm crying. Kandiya. Kandiya means to cry. Narottam Das Thakur. Narottam Das Thakur is the author of this bhajan. So we always sing this on the disappearance of any of our Gaudiya acharyas. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. So now, as per our Kartik Vrat, the Gopi Geet. We will sing that, followed by the DAMODAR-ASHTAKAM. Thank you for the austerities. I know it is late, but Krishna Prem is not easy, especially if we love and if we show some sacrifice, then tapasya is a part of bhakti. And I'm sure Srila Prabhupada, Radha Krishna will be very pleased. So, Hari Bol. So let's start with the Gopi Geet. Gopyauchu Jayati Tedikam Janmana Vrajaha Shrayata Indira Shashwadatrahi. Daitadrishyataam Dikshutavakas Taidruta Savatam Vichinvate. Sharadurashaye Sadhu Jatasa Sarasijo Dara Shri Musha Drusha. Suratanath te Ashukadashika Varadane Nato Neha Kim Vadha. व्यालराक्षसा वरशमारुता वैद्युतागना वृषामयात्मजा विश्वतो भया वृषभते वयं रक्षिता न खलु गोपिका नन्दनो भवान् अखिलदेहिनां अन्तरात्मधृ विखनसार्थितो विश्वगुप्तये सखा सात्वतां कुले वीराचिताभयम् तूष्णीभूर्यते चरणमेयुषा संश्रुते हया करसरोरुहम् कान्तकामदम् शिरसि देहिनः श्रीकरगृहम् प्रजा जनार्तिहन् वीरयोषितम् नीरजन स्मया धम्शना स्मिता भज सखे भवान् किं करिष्मनो जनार्दनम् पापकर्षणम् तृणाचराङ्गम् श्रीनिकेतनम् फणिफणार्पितम् ते पादाम्बुजम् तृणोकुजे शुनः कृन्दिरेक्षया मधुरया गिरा वाल्गुवाक्यया बुधो मना यया पुष्करेक्षणा विधि करीरिमा वीरमुयति अधरसिंधुना ध्यायया स्वना तव कथामृतम् ताप्त जीवनम्। जय प्रभुपाद। कवि विरदितम् कल्मषापहम्। जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। तव कथामृतम् ताप्त जीवनम्। कवि श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमद्भागवतम् भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जना। जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। श्रवणमङ्गलम् प्रहसितं प्रिय प्रेमवेक्षणम् विहरणं च ते रहसि संविदो यारुदि स्पृशः कुहकनो मनः शोभयन्ति। चलसि यद्व्रजात् चारयान् पशो नवीन सुन्दरम् नाथ ते पदम्। शीलातृणां पुरै सिद्धि इति नः कलिलतां मनः कान्तगच्छति। नीलकुण्ठले वनरुहाननं बिभ्रतामृतम् गणरजस्वलं दर्शयन् मुहुः मनसि नः स्मरन् वीरयाच्छसि प्रणतकामदम् पद्मयार्चितम् धरणिमण्डलम् ध्येयमापदि चरणपङ्कजम् शान्तमं च ते रमणनः स्तनेष्व अर्पयादिहम् सुरतवर्धनम् शोकनाशनम् स्वरितवे सोऽष्टुचुम्बितम् इतररागवी स्मरणं नृणा वितरवीरनास्ते राधामृतम् yate tamapashyatam. Kutilakuntalam Srimukham Chate Jada Puri Shatam Pashmakruda Drusham. Pati Sutanvaya Bhratar Bandhava Ativalam Yate Anti Achut Gata. Gati vidastavo gitamo gita gitavayo shita kastage nishi. Rasisam vidam ruchayodayam rahasvita nanam prema veshanam. Purah Shriyo Vikshadhamate Murati Sruha Hoyate Manaha. Rajavanakasam Yakirang Tyajamanakshanas tatspruha mana swaja naru rujam yan nishodhanam. यत्ते सुजात चरणां गुरुहं स्थानेषु भीताशनै प्रियदधिमहि कर्कशेषु तेनातविं अतसि तद व्यथते ना किं स्विता कूर्पाधिभिर्भ्रमति धीरभवद् आयुषं नः। तव कथामृतम् तप्तजीवनम् कविभिरीडितम् कल्मषापहम्। श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति भूरिदा जनः। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol. Shri Gopi Geet ki Jai, कार्तिक दामोदर मास व्रत की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। दामोदर अष्टकम। नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् यशोदाभिलोकलद्भवमानम् परमष्टामत्यन्ततो धृत्य गोप्या रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रयुग्ममृजन्तम् करं भुजयुगमेन सातङ्कनेत्रम् मोहशाश्वकं पात्रिरेखाङ्ककण्ठ स्थितग्रैवदामोदर भक्तिवद्धम् इद्रिक्सलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषनिमञ्जन्तम् आख्यपयन्तम् तदीयेषिताग्नेषु भक्तैर्जितत्वम् पुनः प्रेमस्तं शतावृत्ति वन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षमब्धिं वा न चान्ये वृणेऽहं वर्षादयप्रिहा इदं ते वपुरनाथं गोपालबालं सदा मे मनसि अविराष्टं किमन्ये इदं ते मुखाम्बोजम् अत्यन्तनीलवृतं कुण्ठलैः स्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्या भुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बरक्तधरं मे मनसि अविराष्टम् अलम लक्ष्य लागे। नमो देव दामोदर अनंत विष्णु प्रसिद्ध प्रभो दुःख जाल विमग्नम्। कृपा दृष्टि वृष्यति दीनं बतानु गृहाणे क्षमामज्ञामिति यक्षि दृश्या। आत्मजावबद्ध मूर्तैव यद्वत् तया मोचितौ भक्तिर्भाजौ कृतौ च। तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकं प्रयच्छ नामुक्षि गृहमस्ति दामोदरेह। नमस्ते तु दाम्ने स्फुरत् दीप्ति धाम्ने त्वरीयोदरायाथ विश्वस्य धाम्ने। नमो राधिकायै तदीया प्रियायै नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्याम्। नमो राधिकायै तदीया प्रियायै नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्याम्। नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले भ्रजमानम्। यशोदाभियुलोकलत्नवमानम् परमष्टामत्यन्ततो धृत्यगोप्या। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Damodar, Radha Damodar, Radhe Radhe. Jai Yashoda Damodar, Yashoda Damodar, Radhe Radhe. Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radhe Radhe. Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radhe Radhe. Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radhe Radhe. Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Vrindavan Dham, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Vrindavan Dham. Jayo Lalita Vishakha, Jayo Radhe Shyam. Jayo Lalita Vishakha, Jayo Radhe Shyam. Jayo Radhe, Jayo Radhe, Jayo Radhe, Jayo Jayo Shri Radhe. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Prabhupada Tirobhav Tithi ki jai, Srila Prabhupada's Disappearance Mahotsav ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So thank you very much for joining in. We can spend a couple minutes if there's any reflections or comments. You can unmute your microphone. Anybody would like to share their thoughts or reflections? I know it's a little late today, but special day. Mercy comes to those who make a sincere attempt. Harihar Prabhuji, your mic is unmuted. Go ahead.
If anybody else wants to speak something, please, I am a non-speaker. I don't have words to explain such, like a.
Prabhuji, I can't hear you. You need to talk straight into your speaker or your microphone.
Okay. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
You are a very ardent devotee of Prabhupada, ardent devotee of Krishna, as well as hello.
Yeah, I'm listening, Prabhuji. We are all listening.
All listening, okay. So I wanted to speak. But there are so many ISKCON very good devotees, so I don't see them anymore. I wanted to give them some message, but that's maybe on another day. As such, I'm not good at explaining all this in English. If it's a science subject, engineering, administration, management, finance, those are other things. But this scriptural literature, theology, and spiritualism, I don't have much words to explain. But anyway, you are a very good devotee. I find there is a grim situation. The situation in ISKCON seems to be very grim and depressing nowadays. slowly. I've seen many in many ISKCON centers. I think we want devotees like you who really love Prabhupada to come forward and take it to the greater height again. Not only otherwise going to die like the Gaudiya are facing this situation. Maybe the day will come. ISKCON is losing its charm slowly. So I want this is the time you should come forward, jump into action, and take it forward again. So there are very good devotees, there are no anymore, but I want to give this message. This is needed all over the world. Prabhupada, his whatever marga he has shown is going to slowly, it's losing its charm. You need a handful of devotees like you to take it forward. And there, I know there are some, there's some people who will be dragging all these things behind, but at any cost, I think you should go ahead. मैं आपको नमन करता हूं, आप जैसा डिवोटी, मैं आपको हजार सहस्र बार नमन करता हूं. आप लोग जैसा ही डिवोटी चाहिए to take this ISKCON forward. It's a great organization Srila Prabhupada has made, and its situation is becoming grim day by day. We need devotees like you. You were really very genius, and you were wanted in spite of any oppositions you faced. I think you should give it a try. And what else I can tell, Prabhupada? I should not say I'm a very little creature, but I have the opportunity to have the association of Mahaprabhu come again. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself was there 600 years before, 500, around 600. So all his pastimes and Leelas, they came into light after 150 years later. So once again, this Mahaprabhu's Leela will come into light maybe after 50 or 100 years again, but he had recognition for Prabhupada as a Param Vaishnav. Prabhupada was a Param Vaishnav. मैं कोटि कोटि नमन करता हूँ इसको, and मैं आपको भी नमन करता हूँ जो who has tremendous knowledge. It's not easy nowadays, being in this era of competitions and everything. You have given up everything almost. So I think you should jump a little ahead and take the lead, come forward and save ISKCON if you want. I will tell Vaishnava Babaji and others there, if they are there, we need people like you. Hare Krishna, मेरे को माफ करना. Please forgive me if I have spoken.
No. Thank you so much. It's your affection. Actually, it is Prabhupada who is still running ISKCON. As long as his books are being read, as long as the aarti is done on time, ISKCON will flourish. I'm nothing, Prabhuji. It is just your affection that is speaking. And there are a lot of good devotees doing a lot of good things. But yes, that is a fact that we can do much, much more. Because everybody in this world is in need of Krishna consciousness. And we can do our part. We are a small Sangha, Bhaktivedanta Bhagavad group, and now combining with ISKCON Niagara Falls. So whoever comes, everybody is welcome. And whoever does not, we can understand. People have priorities. And if the priority dictates the course of life, that's all I can say, Prabhuji. So thank you so much for attending. And to all those devotees who attended for the whole program today, it was not easy on a weekday, almost 3 hours and 45 minutes. But I think blessings will definitely flow. My heart tells me, because, as I mentioned, austerity is required. Even for earning money, if you want to make a lot of money for material things, you have to work very hard. So why different here? As a matter of fact, it is much harder. Look at the life of Srila Prabhupada. What a struggle. Look at the life of all the pure devotees. What a struggle. We are not even facing a fraction of it. So everything is given to us on a platter by Srila Prabhupada, devotees like Srila Prabhupada, acharyas like Srila Prabhupada. So we are most fortunate. And if we all cooperate with each other nicely, yes, we can indeed give Srila Prabhupada's mercy. We can become small instruments. And I can say that I'm fortunate because of the love of the Vaishnavas, whoever, is there, whenever they encourage me. It's the encouragement that I get when I see the Vaishnavas. And I'm not into any numbers, whether there is 1 or 10 or 100 or 1,000. It does not matter. Our goal is that even if there is one sincere devotee with us, then it helps each other. That's all. So Harihar Prabhu, thank you so much for your kind words and your internal feelings that you have said. And perhaps, things will change for the better. I'm sure,
Yeah, what I'm seeing, I'm explaining. What I've seen it for the last 25 years. More than that, I've been associated with ISKCON since mid 90s. Yeah, early 90s. So I've seen in many parts of the world. I visited many ISKCON centers all over the world, especially in Europe and USA too. So nowadays, especially you won't find any, white devotees, much less. Who are there? They are in Navadip.
right,
Navadip. Yeah,
right.
they are there. They are there devotees. They have all migrated there. You don't find much white devotees in maybe some East European countries for sure, but not in the old, the old.
That's true. That spirit is lacking now, but hopefully it will be revived. Our prayers to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, especially today, that he will, revive that, because everybody is in need of Krishna consciousness. So thank you so much, Prabhuji.
And it's today's program what's spending the time. Even I had asked some other many more very urgent things. I forgot everything. I attended the entire program. It was time you're spending the time. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you. Anybody else? Asim Prabhu, Pankit Prabhu, and Anup Prabhu, thank you so much for managing the technology in the background. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure Srila Prabhupada will be extremely pleased with your seva. We all can do so much.
Thanks to you that you're like, there are no words to describe. Like, you have been so, like, how much energy you have, and we are really grateful that we are able to hear from you. That's really mercy of Krishna. So that's what I feel. So many thanks. Hope we can listen to you.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thanks to him. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Okay, anybody else would like to, before we wind up? All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Mamta Mata, Haribol.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Very nice lecture as usual, and you have a vast knowledge of the topic in every field, and I feel lucky to listen to your lecture.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mother.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you, Mata. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol Prabhu, Dandvat.
Mukund Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, very nice. Describe the Prabhupada disappearance. Very nice.
All glory.
And I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Always I love your speech, and we are waiting for when the next day coming.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for the love and affection. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else? So, Pravina Mata, Sharda Mata. Who is Sharda Mata? I've been trying to. Anyways, you're welcome, Mataji. Coming and attending regularly. Every day, Gopi Geet also. So, and Raman Prabhu, Pravina Mata, thank you also. Haribol. And Narayani Mata, Haribol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat pranam.
Dandavat pranams. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Narayani Mata, Amrita, Ashu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Mummy's listening. She's upstairs. Hold on. I don't know if you can see her. There she is. Hare Krishna. Jai Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for attending. Haribol.
Haribol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Prabhupada. Bye.
So we'll see you tomorrow for Gopi Geet then. Thank you. Gaur Nitai to all. We don't say good night, we say Gaur Nitai, GN. Everybody likes to write GN in WhatsApp. So Gaur Nitai. Hare Krishna.
Gaur Nitai Prabhu, Satchit Prabhu ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande.
Gaur Nitai, Gaur Nitai.
Gaur Nitai. Hare Krishna.